Final Fantasy XIV documentary part 1. Wait, this is just part 1? By Noclip. This is just part 1. And let me know if it's too... Oh, let me know if it's too loud or anything. Oh, I love this song. I love this Final Fantasy song.
Square is buried deep into the culture of Japan. Originally a spin-off from Masafumi Miyamoto's father's Powerline construction firm, for over 30 years its games have helped power the rise of Japanese games development. There are no
Best games ever as well. Final Fantasy VII, best game of all time. Final Fantasy Rebirth, best game of all time. Lost Odyssey, one of the best games of all time. Nier Automata, one of the best games of all time.
games that live under the Square Enix banner, but none as big as Final Fantasy. From our Western perspective, there's an air of mythos around the company.
Is that better?
The accepted truth behind the series' title is that it was named Final Fantasy as it was Square's make-or-break game to avoid impending bankruptcy. And even if the real answer has more to do with creating an acronym that could be pronounced by both Eastern and Western audiences, it's that first story that gets told. That's the legacy of this series. Stories about adventures that get passed from
Terror. Oh, I love that game. I love that game.
Generation to generation, as nearby as the arcades of Akihabara and as far as the playgrounds of Europe. As the Final Fantasy series has moved from numeral to numeral, there have been high points and low. But with each new...
Wait. Guys, I promise I won't keep doing this. I have never played Kingdom Hearts. And that's a huge game for Square Enix, right? I've never played it. Never played it.
Game comes the promise of a new story, a new myth. The story of what happened with Final Fantasy XIV is one such myth. What we know about it comes from old reviews, archived message board threads, and through conversations with those who were there. The reason for this is that the original version of Final Fantasy XIV doesn't exist anymore. Unlike the vast majority of other old games, there is no way of playing it.
Yeah, never played
it was redacted, painted over. Where once stood a game that threatened to sink the Final Fantasy brand forever, now stands the second most popular subscription MMO in the world. And as the years pass us, the myth of that original...
Oh, is that 1.0?
Original version at its
I mean, they wouldn't be... I don't think I'll be doing any catgirl alerts for these models.
incredible redemption story are at risk of disappearing. How did it all happen? How did the same studio that shipped a broken mess turn it all around in 2 years? Why did they make the decision to keep the old version still alive while secretly working on a brand new game? And how did they manage to make all of this, the redesign and rebirth, part of the game's lore? We knew this was a story worth telling, not only for those who were there to see it all go down, but for the millions of you who have never heard about this, who never knew the extraordinary lengths the development team went to save this game.
And that's such a callback.
So we did just that.
Are they? But that's such a reference to 7 with Meteor in the sky as well, right?
Pack your bags, friends. Noclip is heading to Tokyo.
The graphics didn't change all that much. It's just oh really? Yoshi P looks so young. I don't even know who Yoshi P is. I know who he is, but I don't know who he is because I'm not allowed to look anything up. I'm in like a little cotton ball protective bubble. Death and rebirth. Like the Phoenix. Like Louis Soir, the Phoenix. Is Yoshi P Louis Soir? Yoshi P is a producer which you will get to meet. Yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this. Wow, you said that name correctly. Are you feeling okay? Yeah, I did, didn't I? Verily I stood witness upon that fateful eve when the crimson moon did asunder the heavens, and Eorzea herself did tremble beneath its ruinous fall. Long have the years passed, yet still do the echoes linger. Now, Yoshi P is... Oh my god, look at this! Wait a minute. Oh, is this stuff that I'm gonna see? Oh man, and that was such a cool cutscene. I just want to check, is all the audio okay, guys? Because I had to redo that video the other day because you could not hear me speak. Yeah, the cutscene's really good. You sure?
Hello and welcome to Shinjuku, Tokyo, home of Godzilla, restaurants full of dancing robots, and Square Enix, one of the most prolific video game companies in the world.
For the past few months, I've been playing catch-up with this story, playing the latest version of the game, talking to players, and watching community retrospective series like the Speakers Network's fantastic Fall and Rise of Final Fantasy XIV. My goal, to make sure we asked the right questions when we sat down with the team. During our time here in Shinjuku, we're going to talk to everyone from the engineers who worked on the original game to...
Wait, what? Okay, what is that cat?
...localization leads, community managers, and even the CEO of the company. All to allow them the opportunity to tell their side of this fascinating story.
The fall and rise of Final Fantasy XIV happened in real time in front of millions of people around the world. But we wanted to know about this story from an entirely new perspective, from inside the corporate machine that made it happen, that led to its terrible launch and ultimately its incredible rebirth.
My name is Michael Christopher Koji Fonks. I am the English localization lead for Final Fantasy XIV.
We've got a localization person in our chat as we speak. Nakuru, you let slip on your stream that you was a localization person, which is what he does, right? And also, am I going to learn in this documentary why the game was so bad? Will it go into, like, why was it bad? He's one of the vocalists for some of the music. Oh, no, really?
My middle name being Koji, it's not something I gave myself. It's a name my father gave me. My father was stationed in Japan for 2 years in the Navy when he was young. Went back to the States. My mom had me. They wanted to give me a Japanese name. The family was having none of that, so they kind of snuck it in the middle name. But then they always called me Koji, and so I guess the joke was on the rest of the family.
Wait, so has he got a Japanese mom?
Being in the Navy, didn't really learn a lot about Japan other than he really liked Japan, but didn't learn any of the language. So I always knew that my name was Japanese, but beyond that, I really didn't know anything about Japan. But there was always that little seed in there. And then when I got into high school, there's a Japanese class, and I like games. Oh, they make games in Japan. Hey, let me study Japanese. If I study Japanese, I can play all those cool Japanese games that never come out over in America. And it kind of just snowballed from there. When I graduated from high school, I took a trip to Japan for 3 weeks, homestay type of thing, and I fell in love with it. And during that period, I got to visit a lot of schools and a lot of English classes in those schools. And I thought, wow, I know English, I could do this, this'll be easy. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be, but I studied a couple years at a university in America, then transferred over to Japan, started over 4 years at a university in Japan.
Wow.
Got my teaching license, and yeah.
It's hard work being a teacher.
Yes, I mean, I loved it, but
not so much in Japan, I reckon.
And that's why.
I reckon teaching in Japan is a lot easier than teaching in the West. I mean, come on. I was a kid. I've been a kid in the West, okay? I had a French teacher. Hands up, right? I had a French teacher, and we literally made her cry and quit work for 2 weeks. Really? It's like, I meant teaching the actual kids. I mean, kids in the West are horrid things. I always imagine Japanese kids being so polite. They're such a polite people, right? Do you not think they're such a polite people? It's lonely. Kids are the same everywhere. Really? I had the chance to be a German teacher in Japan when I was around 20, but I was too scared. Oh, sushi, I feel like that would be right up your street. He used to translate real time for Yoshi P during keynotes. He's I like him. Yeah, I like this guy. He seems like a nice person.
You'd go to school 6 in the morning for morning basketball practice because I was the basketball coach.
You can tell when people are nice because of their eyes, right? some people just have kind eyes. He has kind eyes.
Because, as my principal said, hey, you're tall.
And he's balding a bit. He's got kind eyes and he's slightly balding. I mean, come on. I mean, we're looking at me here.
You're the basketball coach. Then you'd get into classes. I mean, I'd have my homeroom class, then I'd have, 6 or 7 other classes teaching. Then you'd have after school. All of a sudden it's, oh, there's after school basketball. And then you'd get home and you'd correct. So I was really, always at school every day. It was very draining. And I would go home and...
Wait, what? There's an official rock band. There's an official rock band. No way. That is insane. Oh my God. Wait, okay. This is going to take me forever. I can't keep pausing.
I would play FF11. It was how I was able to relax. And
That's
being
insane.
able to go into my little room and turn off the lights and put on my headphones and, get into that
The
world
music
of
team are
Vanadil
basically a
was
band.
something that helped me escape from the stress. And then it just happened to be, one day I was online, checking for 11 related information,
right,
and I saw that Square Enix was hiring, looking for a translator, and it just kind of, wow, that would be really cool.
I'm not sure if the songs are spoilers if you just hear, yeah, who knows.
Koji
You're
wasn't
the spoiler
alone.
police.
Final Fantasy XIV was launched in 2010, but the story of this game starts 8 years earlier with the launch of Final Fantasy XI, Square's first MMO, the early days of online. Many of the team who worked on 14 started on 11. One of those was Kasuga-san, who joined the company in 1999 to build a network infrastructure for this fledgling MMO.
I mean, that just looks like Final Fantasy XII. Right? That is Final Fantasy XII. One of the best ones, I think. I really enjoyed 12. I like the combat system. I thought it was very clever.
自分はネットワークとサーバー担当で入っていて、なので一番最初にやっていたのが、当時プレイステーション2で初めて、厳密にはドリームキャストがその前にあるんですけれども、プレイステーションプラットフォームとしては、オンライン要素が入った初めての時期だったので、プレイステーション2でネットワークを作るために、TCP/IP のドライバーを作ったりとか、
No, I know that's 11, but it looks just like 12. I think 14 as well. It looks like
12. ADSL がちょうど普及し始めた時期だったんで、ADSL の認証として使われた PPPoE とかっていうその本当にネットワークの下の部分、今だとあんまし誰も書かないようなところを書くっていう担当で入社してました。
11に関して言うとね、スクエアエニックスって言いますか、スクエアが初めて、オンラインのあれだけの規模の、MMORPG 日本でやるっていうのはもう本当初めてだったんで、いやもう正直いろんなことがありましたよ当時ね。こんな言っちゃっていいのかな？言っちゃっていいの？OK なの？いいんだ。まずね、どういうことがあったかというと、
I never played that.
あの時はMMO
I did play RuneScape for about a week. I'm checking one of the Primal videos to make sure it has no games. Okay, thank you.
とかね、海外の例えばウルティマとかそういった先行事例あるんだけど、基本的に PC ですよね。ところがだからコンシューマー機でやるなんてもう無謀の極みだとかってね、もうたくさんそういうふうに言われました。ソニーさんがPS2 のハードディスク BB キットなんかもですね、もう何台出すんだとか安堵がそういうのを吸ったもんだしていろんなことがありましたんで、ほとんど不可能だとかでよく言われてましたよ、実際には成功なんて。
11 was my first MMO. I hadn't played one before. I remember purchasing the PlayStation 2 broadband unit because they were all sold out. I ended up paying double on...
They were sold out. I don't know anyone who had one. Do you? Did anyone here have the broadband unit for the PlayStation 2? I mean, yeah, I did not know anyone who had it. Anyone at all. Itazuru, I did. Really? I did not. So you actually, did you play Final Fantasy XI on it? I did, so I could play Resident Evil Outbreak. Okay, did anyone, this dark mode made Final Fantasy great again. I'm going to make Final Fantasy XIV great again. We're talking about old stuff. Yeah, I know, but Itazaru, he's an OG. Itazaru is one of the OGs. Oh, so they probably sold more. I was going to say, does anyone in the UK? Because I don't know anyone in the UK that done it. Then I got busy and gave the whole thing to my sister. Oh, that's cool. Oh well, wait. You can tell from his name, Itazuru is a Final Fantasy XI player. Let's all join the fan server and let's make 1.0 great again. Oh, wait, that's the wrong thing to do.
Like some Yahoo auction or something like that. Ridiculous, but I had to
started
play
on Final Fantasy
we got a
11
new
too.
internet connection. We were on a regular modem at that time, but because we needed a new modem, we had to upgrade to ISDN 128. But yeah, it was definitely worth it. It was something that was completely new to me, but fascinating. And ever since then, I've been into MMOs. That was the gateway drug for me. Going in from FF11 and then trying some of the Western MMOs as well. Getting into World of Warcraft, seeing the differences between the two.
Personally, I think it's very different. I mean, here in Japan from the Western market because, yeah, it is for everyone.
It's a better market. Wait, no offense. No offense. Well, why am I saying no offense? Right? Why am I even saying no offense? Because you're all Final Fantasy 14 fans. So obviously, all of you are Eastern developer fans. And surely we can all admit, forget the Western market. We can all admit here that gaming, when I say gaming, I do not mean indie games, because indie games are, AAA gaming is in the East at the moment. Even with the Chinese games that are coming out. That's just my opinion. Please don't shoot me or hate me. It's just my opinion. But I mean, that's what I think. I think we've always thought that. And surely everyone, you all were Eastern developer fans, right? Oh, apart from Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate was amazing. Babe, I'm here. Elon's waifu, I always imagine you to look like the Grok with the blonde, what's her name? Anna. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, Elon. Elon's waifu.
In the globe,
Sorry,
I mean, it's very first MMORPG on the console, PlayStation 2. And also, I mean, it was the first ever cross-platform MMO between PlayStation 2 and Xbox 360. The obvious one.
Wait. No, first one for me. Can't say I've ever been bothered to check. I just play games I like. Yeah, this batch is amazing, but that's probably because of the Critical Role cast. Oh, yeah. Wait, Elon's waifu, look at this. Look at this. If we go to... I just got to show this. I will edit this out of the YouTube bit. If I go to General... and then I go to here. I'm on streamer mode. Look what happened to me yesterday. Right? 69 subs on Twitch. And I hit 69 hours on the main Final Fantasy 14 game. At the same time. At the same time. What is the universe trying to tell me?
Is the most Japanese people
That I'm a juvenile.
really like
nice.
to
Nice.
speak.
That I'm a juvenile
and chat in
40-year-old.
public.
Right.
That's
So,
what it's telling
I mean,
me.
in the world, there's a lot of characters,
Juvenile
but it's very
40-year-old.
quiet
Oh
because
my God,
people
those
are
graphics
telling,
are
using a tell instead of the say or shout. And then, but
When did I
if you
become
want-
such
if
a
you go
graphics
to
snob?
the Western world, game world, I mean, every single one is shouting around it. So yeah, that's a huge difference.
While in the West, you have your EverQuests and you had your Ultima Onlines. In Japan, there was none of that. And then, so Final Fantasy XI was really one of the first MMOs in Japan. And so getting to work with...
It's telling you switch to base 8 system so the digit 9 will never appear. Okay, I do not understand that. I do not understand that, it's Azuru. So, since playing 14 or Rebirth, who? Who are we talking to? What are we talking about? I've loved Eastern games. I have played Japan. I'll show you one of my favourite games. Hold on. Oh, graphic snob. Oh yeah. Okay, I get it. It's probably since I'd done my PC up. Well, since I got a 58. You'll be sorry, right guys. I'm sorry.
Basically, the pioneers of the Japanese MMO was really exciting. On the other hand, I mean, you could also say that it was possibly kind of a curse, in the sense that they were all, doing their own thing. They had their vision of what an MMO should be and what a Japanese MMO should be. And then me, again, not having played an MMO before, getting on this team and thinking, okay, this is an MMO, and translating away and working in that project, I kind of, started thinking, okay, this is what an MMO is, this is what an MMO is. And then that one day I start playing WoW, and it's like, oh,
oh, World of Warcraft.
Seeing the differences between the two.
Oh no.
And saying like, okay.
Does he mean, oh my God, what?
What I thought.
What? Does he mean World of Warcraft or WoW? I'm playing that. Goldia. Good morning, good evening.
What was the norm in Final Fantasy XI? The grinding for 20 hours to go up one level, and then only to have your level drop when you, pull too many crabs and it kills you and you've lost 5 hours work. Like, I thought that was normal, and then that's not normal, is it?
Right, that is a horrible system. I hate losing XP. If you're going to lose XP, at least have it stop when you get to the bottom of your XP bar.
The Japanese base game, Final Fantasy XI, had already released, and they were working on the first expansion pack, Rise of the Zalart. I was part of the team that was working to get the base game and Rise of Zalart all translated before the Japanese Rise of Zalart was finished, so we could all release at the same time.
Right. Did you get it on time?
I got it on time. I haven't missed a deadline yet.
Unity. Really?
That's one thing I'm proud of.
Final Fantasy XI was a huge success for Square Enix. It established a concurrent user base of around 250,000 players for years. It was the most profitable Final Fantasy game ever, and at one stage was the 6th most popular game on all of Xbox Live. More than that, it established the Japanese style of MMO. And when the decision was made in 2005 to start work on a sequel, the new MMO was built around things that made 11 successful.
I know you can't see it, but we can hear it, baby. Right. Was Final Fantasy XIV really that popular? It makes people play smarter if they have a fear of leveling down. But Unity, then I couldn't just stand in my puddles, AoE puddles, demanding heals from everyone. Could I? They talked about 11. Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah. They were saying 11 was one of the most popular games they ever come out with. I don't know. I'd never really heard of it. Told you the models are the same.
Focusing, like most Final Fantasy
and always the different coloured eyes. I love the different coloured eyes.
Games do, on beautiful graphics and an interesting battle system. This new game was to be directed and produced by the same duo that shipped 11, series veteran Hiromichi Tanaka and Nobuaki Komodo.
I know this guy's name. I don't know this guy's
Final Fantasy XIV was announced for Windows and PlayStation 3 in 2009, but behind the scenes the development team was struggling to put the pieces of its new world together.
ファイナルファンタジー14のその最初のバージョンの自分が見た時の一番大きな問題点。
Def, don't give them ideas, right? Don't give. I can't even tell. You're right, Def. I have such a wide range of viewers, right? I have the role players, the casuals, and then I've got the gamers, right? The gamers do not appreciate. They do not appreciate how spoiled Dexter is. Okay. Hey, Def, you'll see. Dexter's gonna be very good at it.
最終的にそれが問題だったと考えているものっていうのはその最初のコンセプトとしてその プランナーがスクリプトを書くことによってゲームを作っていこうで、利点としては、プランナーが考えて自分たちで実装するので
Is this 11 still? This is 12 now. For 14. Because that was Vespa Bay. I know you said the models are the same, but the graphics... Oh, this is what... Wow, right. The graphics are worse. Come on. That is not what my game looks like. And this looks terrible. This looks awful.
高速な開発ができる。要はそうじゃないと基本的にはプランナーさんはものを考えて開発者にエンジニアに相談してどう実装するかを決めてでゲームデザインをする人はどういうパラメータをいじりたいかとかを相談しながら。
Right, let me quote a friend from Final Fantasy XIV. If a cat girl has two different eye colours, she either a total neat in real life. What does neat mean? Or a S word in roleplay? Oh yeah, it did have a...
エンジニアと話をしてものを作っていかなきゃいけないんですけれども、そこの部分に関してスクリプトを導入すると自分で考えて自分で実現することができるようになるっていう発想でゲーム実装の大半がスクリプトで組まれてたんですね。でそのスクリプト UI の問題もそうなんですけれどもゲームも UI も基本的にはスクリプトで書かれていてでスクリプトを動かすエンジン側がかなり負荷が高いというか CPU をたくさん使わないと動かない状態になっているので、ちょっとした何かをするだけでもゲーム内で少し何かをするだけでも非常に CPU リソースを使うことになっていて、すぐにサーバーが回るサイクルが遅くなっていくということが問題として発生していました。で結果としてそのサーバーでできることはあとゲームとしてサーバーで実現できるところは少ないですし何かしようとすると負荷が上がっちゃうんでじゃあそれを回避するためにどう
Dashi, have an amazing rest of your holiday. Are you back for Friday? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Oh no, you're not. You're going to miss my farewell stream on Friday. I'm having a farewell birthday stream on Friday, right? Before I head to the land of burgers, eagles, and guns. New York. Very excited. Very excited. I will stay safe. Oh, look, we've got a first-time chatter. 1.0 had much better player models before DT update. They had very dynamic movements and overall looked nicer at the time than 2.0. Really? Very interesting. Bye. See you later, Dashi. Always a pleasure. Of course, that is not my opinion. That is, for me, every cat girl is a guy until I hear a voice. Birthday stream. Can't believe you're going to be born this Friday. Dexter is 20 years old on Friday. The animation.
どうしようとかっていうことで結果的にそのゲーム内容としてリッチなものが実現できなくなっているってことが起きてましたね。で UI もスクリプトで組まれていたので、なんかちょっと処理するだけでもすごい時間がかかる。
Odds are New York will still be standing by the time you arrive, but no guarantee and no refund. I've already lost sanity. I know. Wait, guys. I tell you what I do need to do. I do need to go through my phone because I do have some spicy memes. Yes, and I do know that they do like to check. There's like a rumor, you know. Who knows? I'm gonna.
Like I mentioned before, again, localization being in a position where we get to see all the parts come together first. We were some of the first to realize that, Houston, we have a problem. That type of situation. I mean, you had the battle team. They're like, yes, we have this great battle system, with stamina and these things that you can do. And then you had this story team. Like, yes, we have this story. Oh, hey, we have these guild leads and all of these parts. And everyone was really, really proud of their parts. Look at this grass. It's so beautiful. Look at this barrel. It's the most beautiful barrel ever to be, represented in graphical form.
It's got as many polygons as a character.
Yes. And all of those parts, all of these teams, again, very, very proud of their work. I mean, the team was, put together some of the best minds in Square Enix. You had people that were, leads that could probably even, lead their own projects were all come together, and it became a lot of just tiny little groups making.
Okay, I think I get what he's saying. He's saying everyone was doing an amazing job, doing their thing, but as a team, and with it all together, it just wasn't working. So he's not criticising individual. Everyone was doing great work in their little area.
Being something that was really great, but once you put it together, it was kind of a mess, and no one really knew that.
Not just a pretty face. Not just a pretty face.
Except for localization and probably QA as well, and we're like, okay, we need to do something, but by then it was one of those, it's kind of too late to do anything.
Well, I think big teams are awful anyway.
We'd be looking at the text,
games,
and
right?
some of it, it wouldn't make sense.
The security guard at the airport, sir, do you want to explain why you have a spicy meme with an all up that says all up the rich? No, I don't have any spicy memes like that. I do have a JD Vance meme, because who doesn't? That was funny, right? That was funny.
Or it would just be very bland, and thinking, if there's any way to make this game better, what can we do? It's like, well, I can take this text and maybe add some more stuff into it, add some more flavor to it, and maybe that will.
Oh. What just happened? What just happened? Oh, Pet Pixie. So you can say. Guys, I love her so much. If anything ever happened to this girl. Oh, okay, Pixie, I'm glazing you. No need to lash out. All right. Okay, let's take Pixie Cam back off. Right, so no need to pick her up. Just give her some love. Yeah, thank you, Uni. All the bunny boys I know are women, so I can't judge the cat girls. The one guys I knew already fainted. Apparently, we are too pretty for him. Already fainted. Femis, yeah. Who? Femis, you're with River, right? Are you the? Wait, no, you're not. Who is River and Ivor? Are they the real life couple? Who's the real life couple that give me the levers? They're actually together in real life. And they're both bunnies. So I can't remember who that is. All the bunny boys. Oh, bunny boys. Okay. Bunny boys. I thought you said bunny women. Because I was going to say, what about the cat boys, though? Mikote cat boys. I'm a real girl. Elon's waifu is a real girl. Nope, my husband quit playing a few years ago. Oh, okay. Elon's waifu is a real girl. And I have a real cat on my lap. That Sushi, so if you add Sushi in game. Add Sushi in game. And there you go. Look, I'm being your wingman. I keep... Sushi says ERP is cringe, so I keep trying to set him up on purpose. I'm not good, but my opinion is that male Mikote and male Vieira should have never been put in the game. Whoa, dude. How old is Sushi? How old are you? How old are you, waifu? Real girl since the early days of MMO. Sushi's a very attractive man, and he's got great dance moves. Right? He has great dance moves. Old waifu. Who said that? Ban. What? I know, Dexter's a male Mikote, man. Dexter's everyone's lovable, spoiled scallywag.
Distract people from the fact that the battle is not that fun.
At a fundamental level,
Sushi,
the
why'd you never
piecemeal
let me be
design
your
of the game
wingman?
was causing problems. Graphics were inconsistent. While many elements of the world were copy and pasted ad nauseum, some environmental objects had as many polygons and shaders as a character model. The battle system was just confusing. The game didn't have elements fundamental to most modern MMOs, things like jumping, auto attack, and the ability to interact with the map using a mouse. It had a system that nerfed hardcore players to make sure they didn't level up too fast. The UI was confusing. Crafting was incredibly complex and took forever.
Wait, and did that say
simply
it
there
didn't
just
have
wasn't
jump?
enough content. The closed beta wasn't going well. They needed more time to fix these problems, so the open beta was pushed back to within a
Male Makote are supposed to be rare in the lore because they are always killing each other. To be the leader, are they? Maybe next time.
month before launch. The team knew there were problems, and they were getting frustrated.
で、今まで話していた仕事っていうのは大体その2010年の1月から、実際にリリースされる 8月ぐらいまでの間にやっていたことで、ゲームが本当に良くないっていうのがこう、みんなに認識されて自覚されていくっていうのは結局ベータが始まって製品版が始まってっていう、8月9月10月ぐらいまでの期間に起きたことなんですね。で、実際
Well, they needed more time to fix these problems, so the open beta was pushed back to within a month before launch.
That's not Minfilia. Is it? Looks like that's not Minfilia. Is that Minfilia's mum?
The team knew there were problems, and they were getting frustrated.
で、今
Who's
まで話してい
Minfilia?
た
Where? What kid is Minfilia? There was a kid with a cat girl. That's Minfilia. That is a small what?
仕事っていうのは大体その2010年の1月から、実際にリリースされる 8月ぐらいまでの間にやっていたことで、ゲームが本当に良くないっていうのがみんなに認識されて自覚されていくっていうのは結局ベータが始まって製品版が始まってっていう8月9月10月ぐらいまでの期間に起きたことなんですね。で、実際にはチーム内の意識としてもリリース前、そのベータが始まる前から本当にこれをリリースしていいものかどうかっていう議論はある程度そのチーム全体でそのオフィシャルであったわけではないですけれども、開発者の中ではやはりその世に出していいクオリティかどうかっていうところは議論がありました。
When 1.0 was getting made, was the mentality that we're not like.
Do you know who he looks like a little bit as well? I know I said me and I was joking around. Has anyone ever seen Day 9? He looks a bit like Day 9.
That's like their thing, and we have our very own successful thing over here. We're going to just make another one of those.
Right, and that's really what it felt like, is that we're going to continue doing what we did because it succeeded before. Why wouldn't it succeed again? And seeing that direction, them taking that direction, and knowing that, having worked on 11, that yes, they were very successful, seeing the success that they had with Final Fantasy XI, seeing these great creators, creating something that was, revolutionary. But then on the other hand, knowing that what they were doing was, but maybe that worked 6 or 7 years ago, but a lot of things have changed since then. And I think there was even one guy on the localization team that got to that point where he just got so frustrated that he just wrote this scathing mail and sent it out to the whole team before telling anyone else on localization he was going to write it. And then we all get it at the same time, the devs team. We're reading, it's like, wow, this is really terrible. I hope he doesn't, he sent it to the whole team. Because he just got really frustrated because he could, to him, they were being very stubborn. They weren't, they hadn't moved on. Whereas the rest of the world had moved on and adapted, with the release of WoW and what they had done. Whereas, the team here was like, no, we're going to stick with what we know, and that's good enough.
Then start feeling more concerning the situation. This is not fixed.
He looks so cool. That guy looks really cool. When I watched this, I appreciated A Realm Reborn a lot more. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling that they were all really proud of what they were doing until it come together, and then it was like, this isn't really working. Keep of the Sun, some degree, not a challenge. I'm easy to gaslight. We call him Mr. Fox. Well, I can see why. That is some cool.
Not fixed. You
that is some cool.
announced the launch date, but it's not fixed. So, yeah, but still,
2010.
Some major portion of people are still thinking, believing. No, it's better, still better. Better phase, last phase, but still better. So it could be, fixed or changed at the launch timing.
It kind of went from thinking, okay, this project's going to be great, to, uh-oh, there might be some problems. Can we fix them? Can we fix them? Okay, we can't fix them. Is there anything we can do? I don't know. It was a very taxing experience.
The team crossed their fingers and hoped that the game's beta problems were simply that, the same issues that most MMOs have, ones that could be fixed with patches once the game entered live operations. And so Final Fantasy XIV Online launched on September 30th, 2010. It sold well its first week, and after a month had over 600,000 players swarming into its world. But it didn't take long for the cracks to appear. The problems in the beta were echoed by new players. The game was sluggish, the servers crashed, and Eorzeans quickly ran out of things to do. Quests were limited, and the fatigue system even made grinding for XP next to impossible. Critics ate it alive too.
Let's get right down to it. Unless you've got the patience of Job or some kind of masochist, you shouldn't play Final Fantasy XIV.
Wow. Okay. I did not know it was that poorly received. That is crazy.
Its problems are so vast that I could spend hours talking about them. The awful interface, the recycled content, the stringent limits on questing, the useless maps, the stupid market war.
Don't these bloody journalists give everything a 7, 8 out of 10?
These issues and dozens more constantly have you asking that age-old question, what were they thinking?
Yeah, this is crazy. This is like it's not even the same game. We're not even talking about the same game at all. I know we're not. But like we're clearly not talking about the same game. No, it's even worse. Okay, they're talking. Baz, good morning, Baz. We're watching.
What was it like seeing public reaction?
I'm amazed.
Yeah.
I'm completely amazed, Baz, that this is the same game that I'm enjoying now, right? Well, it's based on. And from what I can gather, and what he said as well, is that all of the things that they done were really good individually. Bringing it together, complete and total foobar. Utter foobar. Awful. And I can't believe GameSpot give it such a bad review. I mean, that is awful. 4.5 out of 10.
It was
from a mainstream games journalist publication.
It was very disheartening.
Very disheartening.
Because,
Jesus.
You'd want to look at those and you'd want to.
Very disheartening, right? I know you guys know all this already, right? You know this, but this is my first time. Imagine putting your heart and soul into something, and like he said, the people who made the barrels were immensely proud of how the barrels looked and the graphics. Everyone done their bit, the best that they could. Right? Everything looked like, and the character models look great. And then to get called out like that. Yeah, that has got to feel bad.
Say, no, they don't understand. They don't know, what's going on here, or but deep down, you'd know they were right. And that was what kind of,
Brian Stephen, hi.
That dagger in your heart, and it's twisting because, you want to defend what you worked on. I mean, the people that I worked with are the greatest people. I still, work with a lot of them.
So whose fault was it? They've got to blame. Someone has to be at blame, right? Someone has to take the fall for this.
I had worked with them before in FF11. I consider them not only co-workers but friends. But you know, and then you see people online, you know, bashing the work they did, and I know how hard they worked. I know how many hours they put in. I know that, like, in the last 3 or 4 months, people were basically living at work, all putting their 100% into this game that was, you know, destined to
all great parts, just no good glue fitting them together.
But and then to have people online
when in doubt, blame capitalist greed.
It's a piece of shit, and their work
the
is
Vietnamese
terrible.
in the Kuru.
It hurts, but it hurts more because if I was not here and was a user and had played that game, I probably would have said the same thing.
そうですね。まあ当時はね、私CFO やってたんで見てたんですけれども、ローンチのタイミングやっぱり一番大きく違ったのは11の時のいろいろごたごたねと9の14の時のごたごた一番違うっていうのは。11の時はいろいろごたごたあったけどゲームに関して言うとさすがに相当やっぱり相当受け入れ相当のやっぱり評価されたんですよね。でまあオペレーション上のねトラブルとかっていろいろ多分あるっていうまあこれはある程度つきものでまあ大変だったんですけれどもそれはあったんですけどゲーム内容に関して言うと非常にまあ評価されたというふうに理解してますけれども前作の場合の一番やっぱ私はちょっとまずいなこれって思ったのはやっぱりゲーム自体の評価が非常に厳しいものだったということですね。これはちょっとやっぱり相当大丈夫かなというのを、まあ、ローンチした後ね、やっぱりそこはね非常にリアルに感じましたね。それはそうですね、まあ、ローンチして、まあ、しばらく経って、まあ、そんなに長い期間じゃなかったですね。そうしばらくなんでやっぱり相当なこのままで大丈夫なのかっていう。
I mean, the first few months was just an endless stream of translating apology mails from, you know, producers and directors and you know, finding out, trying to figure out different ways of saying we're sorry, because the more you say it, the less weight it has. But Japan being a country where, you know, people apologize a lot, that's part of the culture. But then trying to translate that, it's like, okay, this is the 10th time I've said sorry in this one post, and then
this is where they're very similar to us. I don't know if it's got something to do with being an island nation. Is there a link to this vid? Yes, I will give you. It's in the Discord, on under clips and reactions, I think, or reactions. They are super polite. I mean, British people are generally really polite. Oh yeah, I don't know what you would do. Was it just literally everyone just bowing, saying sorry, 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 sorry? I mean, that's crazy.
From, you know, the American myself's like, yeah, people are going to look at that as insincere. You know, the more you apologize, the more and then trying to explain that to the team, it's like, no, we have to apologize. It's like, yes, you have to apologize, but and it just became we weren't talking about the game anymore. We were talking about how to translate apologies, and it seemed like that lasted.
Well, that's the German speaking, right? We apologize once. That's it.
For, you know, a couple months.
Actually, we see a huge drop. I mean, right after the launch timing, we got some good number of the subscribers. Again, that fall. I mean, as you can imagine. So I mean, it was failure, and we announced a failure. So we see lots of decline.
さっきも話した通り、実際にはその開発内でも今リリースできたっていうかリリースできるクオリティにあるかっていうのはまあ、ベータ直前とかベータが始まってもそうなんですけど常に疑問はあったのでまあ、リリースして実際にただ、まあ、それまでにチーム内にあった空気はやはり出したら意外と受け入れられる可能性があるんじゃないかっていう漠然とした出せばどうにかなるのかも自分たちが思っているほど悪くないのかもっていう何の根拠もない希望的なものがあったんですね。で出た結果結局そんな魔法は起きなくてやはり自分たちが感じている通りにまあ、まだ世に出すには早いというか世に出せるクオリティに達していない商品を出してしまったっていう気持ちはみんなにあったので実際に改善しなきゃっていうか。
How many times does this happen nowadays? Where games are pushed out when they haven't cooked enough. Do you know what I mean? Look at Cyberpunk. And I know there is a happy ending. And there generally is. No Man's Sky had a very happy ending. Cyberpunk, I've platinumed that over the summer. Amazing game. Brilliant. I played it on launch. It was awful. Almost every AAA game. Stop pushing games out. Stop it. You don't need huge teams. You don't need to bloody push things out before they just let things cook. Because look what happens. And we all blame developers. I mean, okay, I'm not going to say that you guys do. But as a general gamer and someone, you know, as a single player Andy, I've been my whole life, I blame developers always. And then you think about it, and I'm watching this. It's the big cats in the main company. Yeah, they just want to push it. Look, it's not the developer's fault, is it? Look at them. They look genuinely depressed and ashamed. And they know what's happening is wrong. Devs are not to blame. The lead, yeah. No, I see that. I do see that. I do see that. You can tell in their faces that Nakuru, I can't blame capitalist greed. Look, I got it covered up. I got it covered up 6 weeks ago, okay? I can't. Right? That's a private joke between the two of us. Yeah, I can feel this. I can definitely feel... I feel bad for them.
根本的に対応しなきゃいけないっていうところはチーム内に割とすぐ広がったと思ってます。なので特にすごいそんなことはないっていう意見がすごく強くあって誰かを説得しなきゃいけないみたいなことは特になかったです。
No, wait, hold on. How can it be greed? I don't understand. Why do they push these games out for greed, right? Why do it just ruins sales? It ruins sales, ruins subscriptions, ruins the company's reputation. I don't get it. I do not get it. Make it make sense. Make this make sense. Why push out an MMO that is awful? Yeah, but quick buck. Like, an MMO is meant to be long term, right? I don't know. But why short term profits? Like, for what reason? Is it to do with trading, inside trading? Is it to do with making a profit quickly with the stockholders? We can patch it when it's live. That makes sense. What I'm saying, Cos, if I was an investor and I was on the board, I would be like, this isn't gonna. We're gonna lose subscribers, right? We're gonna lose subs. Tater, oh, good morning, Tater. Excel spreadsheet. I don't know. Sorry, I get very passionate about this because I do feel passionate about video games. I may be new to MMOs, guys. I'm new to MMOs and I'm new to a lot of Twitch stuff. But I have played games my entire life. I have an issue with video game addiction. I've had to ban some games on Steam because if I do it, I lose my life. Most investors just want quick return for money with profit and they don't care. Yeah, so they invest, make quick profit and then pull out. But yeah, I do care about video games. But the bigwigs used an instant boost to make themselves look good so they can move to... Yeah, all right, so that's it. Right, that makes sense. Because if you critically think about it, you come to a realisation that it has to be something like that, because why would you not want long-term success unless it is literally you're in it for the quick buck and then you're gone? And that's sad. Sorry, guys.
Today, Square Enix is based across multiple floors in a modern office complex in Shinjuku, Tokyo. It's a company that is often designing multiple projects at once. And while Final Fantasy XIV was being developed, in another part of the building a different game was being made. Produced by a Final Fantasy fan, his name, Naoki Yoshida.
一番最初はファミリーコンピューターUS だとエンターテインメントシステムかのマリオブラザーズが一番最初にプレイしたゲームです。
New World has just died, right?
テレビの中、テレビっていうのはその見るものだと思っていた子供の時に。ところが
Right, we've got to do an interview with a communist, with the socialist one day, with Nakuru. Interview with the Vietnamese socialist. Okay, yeah, I'm going to stop here because I'm not going to stop here. I'm going to watch this, but Yeah, that's Yoshi P. I know. I just saw that and I wanted to pause it, say this, because I want to say this. I want to say, oh, it's Yoshi P. Okay, but yeah. Right. So far, everyone done. Oh no, Nakuru. No politics. I say no politics in my stream, right? And I tell my mods, get rid of any, well, I haven't really, but get rid of any politics or bad discussions. I go into Nakuru's stream and we discuss, me straight away we're into that stuff. So, let's recap. Everyone done a great job on, well, 11 went okay, and 11 was well received. Okay, so then they do their other games, and then they come out with 14, and they're working on, they've got very closed teams, right? They're all off doing their own thing. They're all putting their heart and soul into their said thing to do. He said, and I quote, "This is the greatest barrel that has ever been seen." Let's discuss the politics. There's a lot of, oh my God, there's a lot of politics in order. But there was no glue bringing it together. So when it come together, it just didn't really work. Okay. They get completely ripped on by the games journalists, and when games journalism had a bit more, I mean, back then, they were still sort of respected. Not very respected anymore, are they? Let's all be honest. With the birth of YouTube and the growth of Twitch and stuff, not many people go to games journalists anymore for their opinions on games. I mean, that's just a fact. That's not an opinion. I feel like that's just a fact. But back then it held weight, and they scored a 4.5 out of 10. I've never heard anything like that before. That for a AAA game, that's really bad. For something that they put their heart and soul in. Everyone's depressed, and then this man enters, Yoshi P.
そのマリオブラザーズで初めてそのコントローラーを握ってゲームをプレイした時に、まずそもそもテレビのものを自分が自由に動かせるっていうことがものすごいショックで、友達の家でプレイさせてもらったんだけど、ものすごい興奮したのを覚えてますね。ドラゴンクエストっていう日本で RPG を大きく広めたタイトルを初めて触った時に、アクションではないゲーム、数字のやり取りでこんなにまたさらにゲームは面白くなるんだっていうのを、特にストーリーラインがあってっていう、また次のカルチャーショックを受けて RPG っていうジャンルにものすごくなんだろう、フォーカスしていく。
And his rings are really cool. Oh my God, look at these rings. I can't see what that is. I want to say it's a skull, but I don't think it is. But that ring is badass, and that looks like a unicorn thing. Yeah, this guy's really cool.
ことになったかなとは思います。当然その翌年に出たファイナルファンタジーにもその映画的なその演出、ファンタジー。
This is my first time seeing him, by the way. This is my first time seeing Yoshi P.
っていうところにもすごい衝撃を受けてたので、やっぱり
genuine
僕の
first
中で
reaction
ドラゴンクエストとファイナルファンタジーっていうのはすごい大きかったですね、当時。
Right, genuine first reaction to him. He looks cool. He's talking about the NES. I had a SNES. And he's saying Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy games. So, I mean, this
like
is a
most
man...
Japanese players at the time, Yoshida-san played all the early Final Fantasy games. He holds them in high regard, though he still holds the bitter memory of not being able to save before the last dungeon in Final Fantasy III. But when he was 11 years old, a brand new type of gaming experience arrived at home. His uncle gave him a PC. On this PC, the young gamer learned how to program BASIC. His first video game centered around trying to break into a bank vault. But this PC also exposed him to a spectrum of gaming that eluded most Japanese players: Western role-playing games. He fell in love with games like Diablo and was...
Oh my God, I love this man.
Stunned when he first went online and played with other players.
でその翌年にウルティマオンラインをベータ
I
から
love this man.
プレイし、
I already love this man.
とにかくすげえゲームあるって言われて、ウルティマオンラインをベータから始めたのが初めて MMO をプレイした作品で、やっぱり同じようなその3回目の衝撃、3000人が同時に一つの世界 で遊ぶっていうのがもうとてつもないまた衝撃でしたね。まあウルティマは本当に自由度のウルティマオンラインは特にとにかく初期は自由度。
Can you guess Yoshi P's favourite job in Final Fantasy XIV? Well, I think I already know. Sushi said it was Bard. But I would have said Dark Knight.
めちゃくちゃ高いゲームだったので、その
Black Mage. Oh, it's
いわ
Black
ゆるロードの
Mage.
称号をつけた、そのなんて言ったらいいんだろうな。
Well, Dark Knight, Black Mage. It's got that edgy
という
vibe.
か、コミュニティリーダー的プレ
Oh,
イ
here
を
we go. Evil
する
character.
キャラクタ
Yeah.
ーと、完全に悪のプレイヤーキラーをやるキャラクターを2つ作って、どっちもものすごい遊んでたし、やっぱりその MMORPG
I love making evil characters.
っていうゲームがどう作られているのか、どういったエンジニアリングが必要なのかっていうのもものすごいそこで勉強させてもらったと思います。もうその頃からはコンソールと同じぐらいの比重で PC でゲームをかなり遊ぶようになってたので、自分で PC パーツ買ってきて組み立てたりしてたし、でやっぱりそのあたりで FPS もかなりプレイし始めてたし、特に 3DMMO のスタートであるエヴァクエスト、その後プレイをし始めて、当時エヴァクエストのパッケージを日本で手に入れるのが本当に大変で、出張で東京に来た時に秋葉原をね、時間を作ってゾンビのように店をこううろうろして、エヴァクエストってゲームないですか、エヴァクエストってないですかって。
Dark Knight isn't evil, but it is edgy. I like
Yoshida-san
edgy
would
things.
embark on a career in games that would eventually see
That's
him
Dragon
joining
Quest, right?
Square Enix to work on the Dragon Quest series. Though he wasn't working on the Final Fantasy team, he was part of the umbrella group that was allocating programmers to various projects. He didn't have granular visibility on FF14, but he knew
All he has to do now is mention Cloud or Sephiroth or Tifa or Aerith, and he's my all-time favourite person.
the team was struggling. I asked from his perspective as a producer where he thought the game's problems were coming from.
まあわかんない、これ広報にカットされるのかもしれないけど、クリスタルツールズって呼ばれるミドルウェアを全社でその作ろうとしていたので、腕のいいプログラマーが全部そのチームに各なんだろうゲームラインから招集されて、そのメインプログラマーがみんないないっていう状態になってしまったので、どのプロジェクトもものすごい大変な時期だった。まあオリジナルの14がああなった。
Hold on. What have I just done? What on earth have I just done? Oh, guys, sorry. Hold on. Ugh. Oh, right. Vertical was just going to have to deal with it. I am sorry. I am sorry.
ってしまった理由の一つでもあるかなとは思いますね。さらに2つ大きな問題がそこに絡まっていて、スクエアエニックスその全体にプレイステーション2のジェネレーションで本当に世界一クオリティグラフィックスのクオリティが高い、そしてゲームエクスペリエンスがものすごく詰まったゲームっていうのをたくさんリリースしたので、本当にこうなんていうんだろう、ある意味自信過剰にもうなっていた時期で、自分たちが世界一だし、自分たちのグラフィックスこそが世界一だし。
I feel like they were known. By the way, I've never played this. I need to play Final Fantasy X. Is that 10? That is 10, right? Square was always known, a bit like Blizzard. Blizzard's another one, as having top-notch cutscenes, right? Stream 10. Top-notch cutscenes.
作り方はその自分たちにしかできない。だからなんだろう、でも超巨大な成功体験ってやっぱり足かせというかにもなる例だと思うんですけど、ものすごくおごってた、まあ悪い言い方をすればおごってた時期だったと思うんですね。例えるとその刀を作る刀匠のような職人たちが本当にたくさんいて、彼らが一つずつを手作りで作って 世界一のクオリティを作り上げていたんだけど、実は世界は、特にその北米を中心にテクノロジーでそれをカバーするっていうところをずっと追求してきた時期で、プレイステーション3の世代になった瞬間にテクノロジーの方がそれを上回るっていう時期が来たせいで。
Luna Nora, first time chatter, thank you for coming and saying hello. Okay, look, thank you, Luna. I feel like your name is from Final Fantasy X, right? Isn't there Yuna one of them? And yeah, I really do want to play it.
作り方を変えようとはしないし、だけどテクノロジーも追いつけないっていうことから、さらにそれを知ってるはずのプログラマーたちはミドルウェアの制作に行ってるっていう状態で、でもグラフィックス作ってるそのアーティストたちは自分たちの作り方こそが世界一だと思ってるので、古い作り方で引き続きものすごく負荷のかかるやり方でアセットを作ってたので、もうそれらが絡まってっていうのがもう一つの大きな、さっき2つあるって言ったのが1つ目がそれですね。もう一つはプライドはいついかなる時でもとても大切なものだとは思うんですけど、そこにやっぱり超巨大な成功体験をしたっていうこと自体が乗っかってきちゃうと、その自分たちの作るゲームこそがベストであって他をあんまり見る必要がないっていう時期でもあったんじゃないかなと思っていて、例えば当時世界多分 MMORPG を知ってる人に世界最大の MMORPG は何ですかって言ったら100人に聞いたら100人がワールド・オブ・ウォークラフトって言ったはずなのに、誰もプレイしてない。
Really? Okay, this is something that happens in games too. Can I just say, right, I'm a huge Diablo 4 fan. Well, Diablo fan. I wouldn't say I'm a huge Diablo 4 fan. Okay. They had, you know, like you have live letters with Final Fantasy. They have campfire chats. They had a campfire chat, and I watched them all going over the patches and what's coming out. They've started to change it now, but last year, they were having people come on that didn't even play the game. They didn't know anything. When they were asked questions at the end, right, of the campfire chat, they had to refer to another team member to, oh, will this be able to happen, or will we be able to do this? Oh, what build does that do? And then they had a couple play from the dev team. It was from the art team. Why would you? I mean, I love artists. Nakuru, you're an artist. Nakuru is my hot Vietnamese VTuber friend. I love artists. Don't get the artist to play the game, right? Unless they're super into it. These two artists, they couldn't play. They didn't know what they were doing. So we're all watching this live stream as like people that are really into Icy Veins builds. I use Max Roll. These two artists, they weren't doing any proper build. They weren't doing anything, and it's like, guys, you want people who know what they're talking about. If you're making an MMO, make sure you know and play the best number one MMO. Not to copy it, but for one, to know what works. For two, to know what doesn't work. I mean, this is common sense, right? Surely. Isn't this common sense?
開発チームがこれはワールド・オブ・ウォークラフトを知ってるか知ってないかっていう話だけの話をしてるんじゃなくて、その自分たちが世の中に対して新しいそのビデオゲームをリリースしようとするときにライバルになるタイトルは何だろうとか、ユーザーは今プレイヤーはどこにそのゲームエクスペリエンスの最新の状態をプレイしてるんだろうっていうのを知らないっていうのが、その感覚として僕には結構信じられない。なんでもっとみんなゲームプレイしないの？だって自分たちが今どの辺りにいるか分かんなくなっちゃうよっていうのが言いたい。で特に14の場合に関しては、もちろんファイナルファンタジー11の超巨大な成功体験っていうのが邪魔をしたっていうのもあるとは思うんだけど、あの当時はエヴァークエストを徹底的にプレイをして、だからこそ11を作ったはずなのに、新しいレストランをオープンするときに隣にあるレストランがどんなメニューを出していてどんなサービスをしているかを知らずにレストラン作 回転させる人はいないんじゃないって。
So, just at the launch stage then of 1.0, what was the feeling within Square Enix? The beta was quite close to launch. Were people anticipating that there would be negative feedback, or were they less aware that that was going to happen, I guess?
僕は他のチームにいて、すごくベータの評判が悪いっていうのはネットでニュースは見てましたね。ただ、
Unity, good night. I hope we didn't keep you up too much. And guys, if you think if my opinion's wrong, was I right in what I was just saying? I feel like I was right. I feel like you should have people that know what they're doing. And he's saying that as well, right? Like, I don't, yeah. But then they had 11, so I don't understand how 11 was a success. Did I miss how much of the team changed? Like, how much of the team from 11 was in 14? Or was 11 still... 11 was still going, right?
だからね、MMORPG のローンチは絶対に、まあ、荒れやすい。そうサーバーがすぐ落ちるとか、まあ、ストレステストをやってるけど、プレイヤーの方は遊びたいから、やっぱりサーバーが落ちるとやっぱりすごく文句を言って当然だと思いますし、だから僕もやっぱり11を作ったチームだから、まあそうは言っても11のやっぱり完成度が高いので、そこと比較をしてあの機能がないこの機能がないっていう話をしてるのかなっていうふうに思ってた。僕は僕自身の開発が忙しかったのもあって、ただそれも少しずつ収まっていくんだろうなっていうふうに僕は当時は見てた。ただ別の角度、今度はそのオリジナルの14チームの中のその視点としては、このままだと本当にまずいもっと時間をかけて品質を上げないとっていう、もちろん声を上げる人たちもいたけれど、会社ってまあ全体の判断としてはファイナルファンタジー11のスタートもそうだったと。機能たくさんなかったし、ものすごくネガティブなフィードバックもたくさん来たけど、パッチでどんどん直していって11は完成したんだから14も大丈夫だと。最初は絶対こうなんだっていうふうに判断したので、ベータを終わらせてリリースへ踏み切ったっていうのが当時のジャッジだったって、僕はチームに入ってからインタビューをしてそれを確認したので。
Times changed. The ways of Final Fantasy XI was no longer popular, but they insist on doing it the old way. Final Fantasy XI is still live to this day, and there is still an audience, but it's not popular in the mainstream sense. Yeah. Well, yeah, I have not. I can't believe it's still going. Half of the Eureka crowd is people who loved Final Fantasy XI. Well, Itazuru, it's literally in their name.
チームの中ではやっぱり議論はあったそうです。あのままじゃダメ、まずいっていう話は。ただ最終的なジャッジは今お話しした通り、11の時もそうだった。でも11だとずっとパッチを続けて、ああなったじゃないかと。
Eventually, corporate realized that this wasn't usual launch problems, so they called on a few select members of the team to create a task force. This task force would research what changes the game needed and the resources the development environment would require to do the work. Members of that team would talk to Yoshida-san about their worries after hours. His thoughts were that the current organizational structure would need to be modified if the team was going to make the changes required. In October of 2010, Yoshida-san talked to the then Square Enix president Yoichi Wada and suggested they initiate a company-wide emergency to get the team the resources they needed. Wada-san spent a few days talking to the 14 development team about their concerns, and while a lot of the team had suggested that the current task force was in fact up to the...
Is this their coats? EverQuest. That looks like a dragon. Cactor. It's one of my favourite things in Final Fantasy. I love how it has
some members of the 14 team had pleaded to have Yoshida-san join the project to help. And so it transpired that in late November, corporate took the decision to remove Hiromichi Tanaka from the team and move Nobuaki Komodo from director to lead designer. Both of their vacant positions would be filled by Yoshida-san. At that time, he was leading a team that was working on an original IP for Square Enix. He was disappointed to leave that team, but excited for the opportunity to work on one of the company's crown jewels, a numbered Final Fantasy game. So, he got right to work.
やらなきゃいけない。
So this is when it starts. This is when it starts, right? This is when the rejuvenation happens. I'm going to finally see why you all love him and why he's a genius. Okay. If I talk too much, let me know. Okay. I do like, and I have to talk. I have to pause this and talk. I can't just watch it, you know, because I've got to put it on YouTube. So, 2 words: micromanagement. Now the magic begins. Uber, this is what I'm looking forward to. You always talk too much. I know. Coffee time. After you watch the free... Oh, yeah. Right. There's a documentary on the sorts of Final Fantasy XIV that's a bit more on the humorous side. Yeah, I like watching these. If you guys like watching them, I like watching them. Right? It's all good. If you're on Discord... Oh, okay. Yeah, join the Discord. Everyone join the Discord. We have a very active Discord. It is crazy active. It actually is super active. Oh my God, yesterday it was like bing, 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 bing. Constant. Not on Discord. That's a spectacle. If you have a cat girl and you have cat girl pictures and you're not on Discord, that is a crime. It's on my about. I have a cat girl showcase. You put the cat girls in the Discord, cat girl thing, and then you appear on this screen. Look, this screen. This is all from the Discord. I mean, look at that. Anyway, we have 10 minutes left, which means probably another hour of this video left. And when you see all the NPCs praying in the Bahamut, they aren't praying to the 12, they're praying to Yoshi P. Oh, so wait. Yeah. So 1.0 is still going on. Oh, I can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see this.
ことが当時3つあると思ってて、まあ順番にやってったんですけど、まずそのチームにまあオリジナルのチームにトップが変わります。で、あとそのタスクフォースメンバーもそのまま開発コアとしてリードに入りますっていう当然話をしなきゃいけない全チームに。ただ僕はドラゴンクエスト側のゲームを開発することが多かったので、そのほとんどのスタッフを知らないというか、まあ顔と名前ぐらいは知ってるスタッフはいたけど、その一緒に仕事したことがある人がほとんどいなかったので、まず「Say hello」っていうところからで、一度もみんな仕事したことがないからどんな仕事をする人間なのかを見てくれればいいよってまずで、あ、こいつダメだと思ったらチーム抜けて構わないからっていう話を最初にして、一緒に仕事してみよう。でも1回はいいよねって。でそれでダメだと思ったら本当すぐ抜けて構わないから3ヶ月ぐらいまず一緒にやろうよっていう話を僕スピーチでした記憶があります。でまあもう1回チャレンジするよ。まあ当然その時その申請するなんて話はまだ計画がなかったので、とにかく立て直しをやるよと、ギブアップはしないよっていう話をした時に、僕を知ってる何人かはよしやるぞっていう人たちと、もう無理だよっていう人たちと、なんだよこの急な体制変更って言ってまあ怒ってる雰囲気の人たちとっていうのが大体のその時の雰囲気でしたね。まあそんな中で今も14のサウンドディレクターやってるソケンが、まあその話をしてた時と大きなホールだったんですけど、2階のサウンドブースで僕のマイクの調整とかやってくれてて、そのソケンがあいつだけですよやり直すぞっていうか、そのリベンジするぞって言ったらガッツポーズしてたのはあいつだけです。今でも覚えてますよ。2階席でおっしゃーってやってたねあいつ。
I saw both reactions. I saw the, oh my God, we just went through a year of hell and now he's asking us to go through a year and a half of hell, to this point that might...
That is definitely day 9. That is definitely day 9. I mean, it's close, right? Kind of close.
You know, be another failure because, you know, no one had taken a game and rebuilt it in this manner before. So basically saying like, yeah, you just have to trust me, and yeah, you could, you know, waste another year and a half of your life and it could be a failure, and, you know, but you're going to have to believe me on this one. And so, yeah, a lot of people are like, I can't do this anymore. I don't know. And I can understand that because, again, it was a gamble. But then on the other hand, there were, I mean, a lot of us, you know, myself included, but I mean, a lot of people on the team that were like, no, I mean, we worked so hard on this,
innuendo and
we
swearing
did
NPC dialogue. Is he
our
really?
jobs the best that we could, but for a lot of, you know, reasons, some circumstances that were out of our control, you know, decisions made by higher ups, decisions made by other teams that, you know, affected our work, and nothing that we could do about it. But we had put our all into it, and we were invested in the project. We still believed in the project.
Oh,
to have someone from the outside come in and not just...
Oh, I've been there. This is where I've been, right? The crashed airship. Right? Just joined. Are they doing Final Fantasy IV? Oh, River, hi. River, you was just on stream. I just showed off your picture on stream when I was going through all the Discord. Yeah, I know, but I've been there, right? I went to the crashed airship where I met Midgar Summer, whatever his name is. Dragon. Oh, bless you. I did. I said you was beautiful. River is one of the cover. She's beautiful, beautiful model. Battle of Silver Tier, yeah. Okay, so I have been there. This is where I lost my crystals, where this crashed.
Come in to say, okay, you know, forget it. We're just going to do it my way or the highway. He's like, he asked our opinions.
We're going to do it as a team.
Laid out a roadmap. He gave us a vision and a hope, and even though it seemed like it would be difficult to achieve, it didn't seem inconceivable.
Yoshi P knew there was no time to wait. He worked with corporate to make sure the team had time off, both for them to relax, but also to give him time to build his new vision, to do research playing other MMOs, and to help draft his plan, to deliver the vision and how the team was going to do it. They had very little time to fix this game, so once they started, the specifications document would have to be watertight, and as captain of the ship, he needed to be able to answer every question the team may have, quickly.
Yoshida-san was now at the helm of his first Final Fantasy, and as an avid MMO fan, he was looking forward to getting in there and fixing it. What he couldn't have known at this stage was the scale of the job ahead of him, that no matter how much they patched Final Fantasy XIV Online, they couldn't ever fix it. What they'd have to do was something that no developer had ever done, to rebuild an entire MMO while the original version was still running.
I don't think that they realized immediately that it was something.
Oh my god, I've just realised that. I didn't even think that. They're having to remake the game whilst the other game is still running and support that at the same time. For some reason I thought they just, we're just going to make it. Yeah, I didn't really think about the logistics of that, right? I'm not sure how long, I'm going to find out, obviously, how long they had in between.
Thing that couldn't be solved via patches. I think they still believe that, if we patch it, it'll be fine. And it wasn't until they reevaluated and then brought in, the new blood. Yoshida-san came in and told them, okay, yeah, this is not something that can be patched.
This seems like a really pleasant
We're going to have to take a drastic step.
Yoshida spent 7 weeks researching and returned with 2 options for corporate. It was then he realized that it would be impossible to convert the current game into an MMO that could last the test of time. Ultimately though, this was a decision that corporate had to make, so he returned with not 1, but 2 plans, Plan A and Plan B. During this meeting, he explained that Plan A would be to patch the game and make it more playable, but that ultimately the game would never really satisfy players, and though Square Enix may make their money back, Plan A would be to...
What's this? What is this? Why have I never seen this or heard of this before? Oh, it's a phone game. Oh, okay. Alright. It's a 3D fighting game. Is it? What, I can play 3D fighting game as Lightning? I love Lightning. Oh, I love Lightning so much. See, that is how you make strong female leads, right? Strong female leads. I want to see beauty as well as brains and coolness, right? You've got to have the beauty. And Lightning, I thought, was one of my favourite female leads. I think Lightning is better than Lara Croft as a lead. I know that's a hot opinion because no one liked this game, but I loved Lightning.
patch the game and make it more playable, but that ultimately the game would never really satisfy players. And though Square Enix may make their money back, the damage to the online brand would be catastrophic. And then there was Plan B.
今のファイナルファンタジー4、当時のオリジナルのファイナルファンタジー14をパッチを当てて、そのできる限りポジティブに遊べるものにしながら裏で全く新しいそのファイナルファンタジー14をもう一度作り直すっていうのがプラン B。
It's like when you have a oh sorry. It's like when I swore. Oh my god. It's like when you have a terrible restaurant. Sometimes it's best just to rebrand, right? Rather than trying to keep improving things. Sometimes it's better to just do a big relaunch, big reopening, because then psychologically it feels different. I'm still shocked corporate went along with the rebuild plan.
で、まあその話だけを聞くと、まあそんなバカなってなるので当然どうやってそれを達成するか、チームを2つに分けて、でどういったそのマネジメントスタイルでそれをやるのか。で大体発売時期はプレイステーション3版をリリースするっていうのがプレイヤーとの約束だったので、プレイステーション3の寿命が来る前にリリースしなきゃいけないので、2012年年末から2013年中には絶対リリースできるこの計画であればっていうプレゼンテーションをして、リスクは高い。ただ当然そんなことをしたことはないし、ゲーム業界で。しかも同じタイトルで作り直してるから、うまくいったとしても成功するかどうかはわからない。ただ少なくともやっぱりファイナルファンタジーってクレイジーだねとかすごいことするねとか、少なくとも自分たちがミスしたことを認めて信頼を取り戻そうとしたっていう努力は見てくれてる人は多分見てくれるだろう。だからどっちをチョイスするかは会社に任せる。ただどっちであっても全力でやるよっていう話をプレゼンテーションして、まあ、結果的にはねプラン B でって言ってくれたんで今こうなってますけど。
Final Fantasy XIV 1.0 was in a state of disarray. Square Enix had decided to suspend subscriptions to help ease the negativity around the game, while the PS3 version was indefinitely postponed. For the next 2 years, Yoshida-san and his team would work tirelessly on not one, but 2 MMOs, patching the original 1.0 to fans' expectations, while secretly working on a brand new version of Final Fantasy XIV. In our next episode, we focus on that 2-year period and tell the incredible story of the falling moon of Dalamud, the death of 1.0, and the birth of a new Eorzea.
Oh, that's so cool. Wow, that's really cool. So it took 2 years. Crowd-funded video game documentaries. Right, Noclip. That was really good from them. That was the Gubu wall. I know someone who was there. Red Kaider was in the wall. Why do I want to say that his name's Danny Dyer? Okay, so I've got a good idea of what happened now. I think I do. And obviously, I already like Yoshi because of the games he likes. But I take it the next episode is when he's really gonna pop off on me. Pop off on me? Oh, I didn't mean that. But so how long? Right, 50 minutes. How long did it take me? And did that take me an hour and 45 minutes? I think that took me an hour and 45 minutes to do 40 minutes. That's pretty good for fair use, right? That is good for fair use. So, and we get to listen to the beautiful music. I love this music. Some say this is the best music a video game has ever made. I think it's the best. Sorry, that is my terrible Donald Trump impression. Well, what have we all got to say about that? What have we all got to say about that? I don't know, I am high. Oh my god. Can we talk about how cool Soken is? Who's Soken? Was that the Fox? Was that the Fox dude? Was that Fox dude? While I missed a good portion, I've seen the entire... Yeah, well, I think the ending is where it really... I mean, I'll be honest. The beginning was like, Soken... Oh, it's not an individual today. Oh, it's the lead music guy. Oh, the one who done Answers. He has a great story. Nice. Well, I don't know when I'm doing that. I'll have to check my thing. Strummer does not know. Why do people call me a strummer? What is this? Explain this Twitch dialogue to me. This slang. Why am I called... So streamers are strummers. Answers is not Soken. Oh. No, Soken did not. Strummer is strummer. Happy. Oh, Coz's answers are so... I asked Coz something yesterday, and he goes, it could be 1%, or it could be 99%. Either works. What does that mean? Just a mistype being absorbed into the vocab. Oh, okay. Strummer. Or an endearing and play. Oh, so it's an endearing thing to call me. Okay. You're not being mean. I thought you was all being mean. Sometimes I can't tell if you love me or you mean to me. So, right, guys. Anyway. Oh. My courier estimates they'll deliver something. I've got loads of stuff coming today. I have... Oh, hold on. I have new... New shoes coming. I have 3 monitors coming. So I've got... Oh, and we've got all kinds of new plans. I'll tell you all on Friday. We've got all kinds of new plans for the stream. The stream is going to improve. Okay? It improves every single time, right? I feel like it improves every time. I'm going to standardise all the alert sounds. We're going to do fitness stuff. You're going to be able to pay for me to... Because I'm going on a huge 6 to 7 month diet. Because I'm getting out of shape. So we want to get back. Right, Elon's waifu. You ready to see this? Elon's waifu. Are you ready to see this? Are you ready to see this? Where is it? Does that go over? Yes, right. Oh my god, what is going on? Right. So, this is me 5 years ago. Okay? This is me 5 years ago. Before I started taking up endurance